Alrighty, let's get stuck into offer engineering. Offer engineering is the process we've developed here at Conversion Engineering. That's kind of our secret sauce. It's a process we've been refining and perfecting and are continuously looking to improve. And we've been doing that for 10 years now. The first specialization kind of level of expertise I developed in the world of marketing was on USPs, unique selling propositions. The first kind of profile I built for myself, the first kind of expertise and name I had was kind of as the USP guy, because when I did my first deep dive down the rabbit hole of marketing, all the people I respected said USP, that is the biggest leverage point in marketing. If you don't have a USP, the rest is kind of useless. And a USP is incredibly important. Don't get me wrong, right? You do need to have strong reasons why people would choose you over the competition. But the further down the rabbit hole I went, what I realized is there's a lot of reasons why someone would want to need a USP. And when I worked with clients, I would help them figure out the reasons why someone would choose them, but they didn't have a strong offer to attach those reasons to. And what I realized is that a great offer has a unique selling proposition built in, but what actually is going to get people to say yes is the offer, right? The offer is everything. It is, when I say everything, it is like 80 to 90% of the marketing performance, right? You could have the world's most bleeding edge funnel, right, with all the latest tricks and tactics. But if at the core of that, there's an offer that people are kind of just lukewarm on, or it's not really hitting them in the gut with desire or pain relief, like you're just not going to get a lot of yeses, right? If you want your marketing to be more effective and more leveraged, you need to clarify, you need to have an incredibly valuable offer that's just an obvious yes. Okay, and I'm going to walk you through the process for doing that. Right now, offer engineering is critical, right? If you want more conversions, I want to show you though where offer engineering fits in the broader picture. Okay, because it is important to have an offer, but I want to show you where in the process the offer has to exist. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through the conversion engine real quickly. The conversion engine is like the core part, the core machine, the core system we help our clients build. I'm going to break it down for you real quick, and I'm going to show you where offer engineering fits. Okay, so here's the conversion engine. Now, the conversion engine, as I mentioned, is the key system we help our clients build, and it's the key system I recommend you build if you're looking to get a steady stream of new prospects, steady stream of ready to buy prospects. My estimation for you is if you want consistency, consistent sales in your coaching and education business, what you actually need is you need a steady stream of golden prospects, which are people who are ready, willing, and able to buy from you. Okay. And then you need to put a great offer in front of them. All a marketing system can do is get people who are ready, willing, and able to step forward and get into conversation with you, right? And who are interested in what you have got. On the other side of that, you have to put the right offer in front of them so that they can say yes. So you need both of those things. And I quickly want to walk you through where the kind of handoff is and where offer engineering fits in, so you're aware of what we're going to be doing in this training. Okay. So conversion engine has 3 sections, which are kind of the 3 elements of the conversion engineering model. The first of those you can see here in blue is flow, which is all about how you get more prospects into your broader system, right? More traffic, more leads, etc. We want to be getting people from other locations into your system where we can start the process of turning them from a lead into a golden prospect and then into a student client, right? That's the process of lead alchemy, where you're turning a low value lead, or I should say a material and resource like low value leads into high value materials, which are customers and clients, right? So you need flow into your system to start. Now, once you have people flowing into your system, the next element of the model is conversation, right? Conversation doesn't have to be a sales call. Conversation is just an exchange and dialogue of ideas, right? Back and forth. I'm talking about what you're talking about, what's on your mind, right? We're discussing, and that can be done in a chat. It can be done on a phone call. It can be done on a one-to-many webinar, it can be done in an email, right? If I'm writing you an email, but what's going on your mind, we're having a conversation. I'm entering the conversation happening in your mind, and I'm progressing it and telling you about the conversation I'm having with my clients, or I can have with you, right? Conversation is really where conversion happens. And that part of the model is all about how you do that. How are you taking the prospects that you're pumping into your system and moving them closer to the sale, right? Now, you have to have something to sell them as well. And that's the third part of the model here, which you should still see in blue at the top, which is product, okay? And product is number one. It is the thing that you're going to put in front of people, but it's also like the destination of the machine, right? The whole point of this conversion engine is to produce for you customers, clients, and students, but you have to have a product for the machine to move people to, okay? So on the flow side of things, you have the lead refinery. It's all about how you're getting brand new people into your world, filtering them into now prospects, later prospects, and never prospects, right? Understand 50% of people are not going to buy anything from anyone. We need to understand that we want to find the people who are ready now and work with the people who are going to be ready later, okay? In the conversation part of the machine, right? In that section of the model, we have three elements. We have the trust reactor, which is where your later prospects go. You can see there's a pipe here, right? That moves people from the lead refinery to the trust reactor so that we can build trust with them and get them ready when they're, keep them in our world and offer them other opportunities to work with us later. You can see there's the converter, which is this cube here. And as you can see, what we do is we pull people out of the trust reactor into the converter, and then that turns them here, starts the process of turning them into golden prospects as they move up, right? Up into the last part of the conversation model here, which is number 4, the QA and sorting center. QA stands for qualification assurance, right? Your sales process, whether you're doing that on a sales page, whether you're doing that in a sales call, whether you're doing it in text, DMs, email conversations, or whether you're doing it on a webinar, right? Whenever you're converting someone, whenever you're selling, right? What you want to do is you want to take them through the process of qualification assurance, meaning it's about asking questions to determine fit. It's about asking and determining, is this person qualified? Right? Like, you don't want to just be selling stuff to anybody. If you want your sales process to be highly effective, you want to qualify them. You want to be discerning about who you work with, because they want to feel that they're working with someone who's discerning and is not just selling them something because they have some cash, right? Your sales will be most effective when you treat the sales conversation as an exploration of fit, where they feel assured that they are qualified. You're assured that they're qualified, so you don't have crap clients and students coming into your offers and dragging everything down. And then once you've determined if they're qualified or not, you sort them into the right product. You sort them into the right offer, right? And you can see that here, right, where the gold is flowing, right? The golden prospects, the people who are ready now, it's flowing over here from the lead refinery. It's flowing up from the, let's use the laser here. So it's flowing up from the converter. It's flowing over here from the lead refinery. It's going into the QA and sorting center. And then we're sorting them. And we're sorting them either into your big expensive thing, which is your main offer, right? Your main product, right? And I'm going to suggest to you that if you want to build a successful coaching and education business, you need to optimize your system around a big expensive thing, right? It's where all the profit is. It's where people will get the biggest results. Now, what expensive means to you is going to be dependent on your market. Expensive doesn't mean you have to have a $20,000 program. What it does mean, though, is you understand what the higher end of the market wants to pay for, and you offer that so that you're not missing out just offering low ticket stuff to people, right? It's very hard to make low ticket work, right? It's a volume game. That's not to say that there aren't people out there who make a fortune with low ticket stuff, but it's tough. For most of my clients, you are not in a mass market. You're probably in a niche market, And what you really need to do is identify the high paying segment of that market, specific problem that they've got, and have a reliable, consistent method for them to get a result, and then charge accordingly, right? And then build your conversion engine, build your conversion system around trying to get into conversation with those people and presenting your offer, presenting your solution as the solution to that problem, okay? Now, you're not always going to have people who are ready to come into the big expensive thing. So it is a good idea to have a small thing, right? You can see the small thing here represented by a few gold coins, whereas the big expensive thing is represented here by the gold bars, okay? Most of the time, you're going to talk to people that you know you can help, but coming into the big expensive thing just isn't the right fit for them. Like if you're genuinely sorting people into where they should go, what's best for them, like you're just naturally going to find people that are not ready for the big thing, but you can still help them. So having a small thing that you can move people into, also super useful, right? You do not want to have a gazillion products, right? The only exception to that rule is if you're creating and spinning up small products with the intention of optimizing and getting those people, those buyers, those customers into the big expensive thing, right? If there's one thing I see people strangle themselves with, it's a gazillion different products in this product suite, and they're like serving all these different segments. It's okay to have small things to sell exactly to the same customer that you have in your big expensive thing as a conversation starter, as a method to get into conversation with them, but also with the intention of moving the right people into the big thing, right? So start with the big thing. If you don't have the big expensive thing, that's what we're going to talk about in offer engineering. How do we come up with what that offer is? How do we assemble it in a way that makes it appealing? And how do we get more yeses? That's really the intention of offer engineering. And that, as you can see down here, number 5, last but not least, right, with offer engineering is exactly that, right? How do we engineer the big expensive thing and the small thing using the principles I'm going to show you so that you can get more yeses starting today. So let's get stuck into it. I want to walk you through some key principles, and then we're going to start mapping out your offer.